morning from the Lake District. Gorgeous day today, sun shining, sunglasses on, I've even got the legs out, but it is a bit windy. So yeah, a bit of an impromptu walk today. Just got a few extra days off work, so decided to pop up midweek, just outside Windermere, parked on Dubbs Road back there, just off the A road into Windermere, and just doing a little walk today. Sour Howes, and then on to Sallows, and then back round. So just walking up the Dubbs Road now, and you can just see the first fell there. So yeah, not too much of a climb today. I think they're only 400 odd meters possibly, but given the weather, should afford us some great views further into the Lake District when we look north. So we'll keep plodding along up here. Hope you can hear me through this wind, but yeah, it is a lovely day, and hopefully with it being midweek, should pretty much have the place to myself. So we'll see how we get on. So just on the left here is a place called Dubbs Reservoir, marked on the map. I was going to pop up and have a look, see what we could see, but on the wooden gate there was a sort of makeshift sign. Someone had engraved it with what looked like a knife just to say no entry. So yeah, I'll skip that one before I hear some farmer's shotgun getting cocked. So just continuing on the Dubbs Road, and then I think there should be a path that isn't marked on the map, but it kicks up to the right at the back of Limefit Park, where they've got all the holiday lodges. So I'll keep my eye out for that. Can't see it yet, but hopefully should appear soonish. And then yeah, we should start the ascent. So as usual, my map skills have been found wanting, and this is Dubbs Reservoir. Yeah, I don't think it would be one of my videos, would it, if I made a mistake when reading the map. So yeah, path pretty self-explanatory, as you can see. Quite easy going so far. Starting to see some views opening up to the fells beyond. Should be able to see the Kentmere Horseshoe actually once we crest this hill, and certainly once we get up to the top of Sour Howes just there to the right. Hoping to be able to get the drone up. It is clear, but there is quite a bit of wind. Hopefully that's subsided once I get to the top of here, but you'll know already whether I've got footage or not, because I'll always feature it at the start of the video. So if you haven't seen any, just know that in the future, in about half an hour, it was still windy and I couldn't get the drone up, so apologies for that. Bit of a dilemma here, because I think this is the route up that Graham Mooney mentions in his Walking the Wainwrights book, which is what we use for all the walks. So I imagine we just pop through here, but the gate on the opposite side says private for the field in there, but there isn't a private sign on there, so I might just risk it. Hopefully not get my legs blown off by some disgruntled farmer or a couple of cows in the field. So we'll skirt on the left, stay away from them. Yeah, I'll take my chances, see how I get on. Well, I've not heard the cock of a farmer's shotgun yet, so far so good. It is a bit of a bog fest coming up here, pretty muddy underfoot. We can definitely tell spring's in the air now. Hear all the birds tweeting away. I won't even attempt to identify them, so I haven't got a clue. But just looking back the way, you know, it just shows how, out of breath, just shows how some of these little fells can have some of the most rewarding views. We saw it on the last walk we did with the kids on Loch Rig. You don't have to ascend too much for things to really open up before you. So you can see the full length of Windermere now. Down into Troutbeck here, Linefit Park, just tucked away beyond the Barrow there. You've got Wands Fell, you can see the Furness Fell, it's got the Old Man, Wetherlam, you see over to the Langdales, and then the Scarfells in the far distance. And it is very accessible, you know, it's just before you come into Windermere you turn off, so not that far at all really in terms of, you know, getting into the lakes and getting access to a walk. Some of them can be a bit of a nightmare to get to, but this one was really straightforward. So yeah, just trudging up now. Not sure if this is a false top or it is actually the summit, because it's not too high as I've mentioned. So we'll get up here, see what we can see, and then we should get views over towards the Kentmere Horseshoe as well, which we did a while back now. Last summer, was it? Summer before? Can't remember. It's in the videos anyway. So yeah, I'll speak to you again when I get to the top. Slight problem. There's a wall with seemingly no style to get over it. There's a bit of a break in it over there, but I don't want to damage it further. If I can get through somewhere else, it does look like there's a bit of a path here, so let's check over there. Still nothing. Let's try a bit further up here. Just going to end up walking around the old bloody thing. There is barbed wire on the top of it, so without a style I'll be pretty much screwed. Well, it does drop off there actually, but rather not risk it if we can get across in a safer way. There we go. Can spy some rickety wood there, so we'll hop over and then onto the top. Eyeballing me. Proceed quietly. So this is the top of Sour Howes. Doesn't seem to be marked by cairn as far as I can see. But yeah, I mean, this is the exact spot according to the GPS on the OS map. So we'll take it. And then just over there is the next destination, Sallows, and then just behind there you've got the Garburn Pass. So this is the start of the Kentmere Horseshoe, Yoke, Hillbell, Frosick, Thornthwick Crag, and then the Nambiel Pass out of view there, High Street. But it is a real panorama from here. As I said before, Scarfell Range, Furness Fells, Langdale, and out across Windermere. Stunning day. So there isn't a very clearly marked path, but it does look more trodden this way, so we'll follow it down. Don't want to cause any more damage than I've already done, because there really wasn't much of a path I could discern coming up there, as you'll have seen on the footage. It does seem pretty trodden here and clear. I think you can see the path going up Sallows there, so pretty self-explanatory now. Sallows now. If you just look over there, you can see the other sides of the Grasmere horseshoe, Mardale Hill Bell just at the top, Harter Fell, Grasmere Pike, and then down to Shipman Knots. So the weather remains glorious. I've still not seen another soul. So yeah, it's only a short walk this really. So I think now just dips down there and then sort of back down into the valley, and then we end up joining the roads that I started the walk on, and then back to the car. So we take a couple of hours in total. But it's been good for a little midweek run up. I wasn't really planning on mentioning this, but I still might not include it, to be honest. But you know, I thought it might sort of help me to talk to the camera and maybe help someone else out there. But you know, I've had some personally testing times lately. You know, I don't want to sort of dwell on that and waffle on about that from, you know, my point of view, but just to say that, you know, everyone goes through testing times in their life. I think, you know, things can get hard, but you know, coming up here is just a great form of therapy, really. I don't think you should let your setbacks define you. It should be, you know, how you respond to those setbacks and how you look forward and keep finding meaning and purpose. So yeah, coming up here just really sort of clears the head better than any antidepressant for my money. Just, you know, stunning views all around, being in nature, the solitude of it, which I know isn't, you know, it's not necessarily correct for everyone, but for me personally, you know, I find great sort of solace in coming up here, and really helps to put things into focus. So you know, if you're feeling down yourself or a few troubles, then you know, get yourself up onto the fells or around a lake, whatever. Get yourself outdoors and into nature, because it, you know, it really is a help. But anyway, I'll stop moaning, put the violin down, have a butty, and then walk back down to the car and maybe try and find a pint somewhere. It's pret-a-manger, hummus and veg, very Tory. Just had a really hairy moment with the drone then. I was getting some footage and just sort of flew it off the sort of really low to the ground and then over the edge there, but it's quite windy, and then once it dipped behind the hill here, just on the other side, it completely lost signal from the remote to the drone. So I thought I'm gonna have to run over the side and try and find it. It's only a little thing. It's a DJI Mini 3 Pro, but yeah, this it's got this sort of homing feature. So as soon as it lost signal, it remembered on the GPS where I was sat. So luckily, it managed to fight against the wind and land back at my feet. But yeah, I thought it was a very expensive mistake then. But yeah, it did find its way back luckily. So quickly put it in the bag, and then as I was putting it in the bag, the seating mat that I was having my lunch on flew away in the other direction, so I had to chase after that. So everything I was just saying about the fells being a good form of therapy, ignore it all. So just working my way down Sallows now. Birds tweeting everywhere, sun is still shining, I've still not seen a soul. So I think I might actually take the opportunity to stay over for the night, but only being midweek. The price is probably quite cheap actually to get a room in a hotel or maybe the youth hostel up in Grasmere, have a couple of pints, some tea and a good night's kip. I might see if I can get some more drone footage actually in some other locations, because I'll be done pretty handy. I'll probably be back at the car before lunchtime, to be honest. So I might stop at a couple of other local spots, maybe Grasmere, the lake there, get some footage across it if the wind's not too bad back at ground level. But we'll see. So yeah, if you've seen some footage in the intro and you're thinking, you know, that's not that's not Sour Howes, you know, that's the reason why, because I like to play with the gadgets. So yeah, just getting a bit boggy here. Squelch, boot's gone in, so I'll turn the camera off whilst I find my way back down to the path, and then talk to you again as I get nearer the bottom. Just ended up on the Grasmere Pass now, which should lead back to the car, but going back the other way leads you to Kentmere. So if you want to do the Kentmere horseshoe, I think it's the first video on the channel actually, park down in Kentmere by the church, work your way up the pass, and then you go over this way, and then the horseshoe becomes pretty self-explanatory once you start to rise up a little bit there. But we're going this way. I can hear the jets actually. Oh, just can't see them. Must be on exercise in the valley just over the way. So yeah, this should lead us back to the road now. Something I never do on the videos, or very rarely, and something that Esme reminded me of when she did the last one. She did a bit of commentary on the walk we did on Loch Rig. She said, "Dad, you've got to tell people to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell." So if you do enjoy the videos, if you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be great. Give the video a like; it just helps with the algorithm, and lets the video reach, you know, more people who could possibly be interested in it. That's the route I took up before. Looks like I just escaped the shotgun wielding farmer. He's there in his tank, rounding up the sheep by the looks of it. So yeah, just ahead here is the gate that said private on one side, and then on the other side should be the gate I went through. Yes, navigation success for once. So yeah, I mean, I was going to say I could safely declare that a shotgun free zone, but I'm not so sure now. I'll tell you what, it's doing well to get up there. Looks like a tuk-tuk. Off he goes. See what these fellas are saying. No. Afternoon.
Hello.
You could just about see the reservoir peeking into view now, so it shouldn't be too long until we're back at the car. And then off for a pint. Not quite decided where I'm going to go first. I've got a couple of targets in mind. So we'll see where the wind takes me. Depends how busy it is at the bottom actually, 'cause sometimes it can be an absolute nightmare getting back out onto the road that leads into Windermere. We'll see how it is when we get down there. And thirst is often a great motivator. There's the chariot at the end of the road, glistening in the beautiful lakeland sun, and it's going to whisk me away to a watering hole. To be honest, that path I've just walked down, it went on for quite a bit longer than I expected, to be honest, and it does diverge at one point. If you come back the way I came via the Grasmere Pass, it splits into two, but if you are parking here, make sure you take the left hand side of the fork. If you take the right hand side, it'll take you down to Limefit Park, and then you'd have to walk either back on yourself or all the way around the roads here. So yeah, just watch out for that one. So managed to get a room for the night. Apologies for the pose, it's not intentional, it's just a pretty small room. Traveller's Rest just outside Grasmere, but look at this for a view. So just going to get a shower and then head off down to Grasmere. Might try and get some drone shots over the lake, but I'll see how I get on when I get down there. So I'm just walking down the A road now from Traveller's Rest into Grasmere. Had a shower in the hotel. Because I wasn't planning on staying the night, I didn't have a change of clothes. So I've got the same clothes that I had on before, which isn't ideal. Although I did have a spare pair of socks, so at least my feet are feeling fresh. With a bit too much information. But over my shoulder there, you can just see Helm Crag that we did a couple of videos ago. So I'm just heading into Grasmere now. Probably go to Old Faithful Tweedies, have a good few cask in there, some tea, and then head back and get my head down. So I'll probably call an end to the video there. Seems a good point to end it. So yeah, if you've watched to this point, thanks very much. Bit of an impromptu one, this video. Wasn't planning on it, but we're out again on the 29th of April over towards Wasdale. So hopefully we get the same weather as I've enjoyed today. So yeah, should be another good one, and I'll see you next time.